Alright, let's get flaps 15. Now with the flaps, the opposite happens. The nose rises, okay, because the flaps give you more lift. So you might feel that as well. Those flaps wanting to come, oh sorry, the nose wanting to come up. And tower 556 established runway 24.
Flight experience 556, cleared to land.
Cleared to land 556. Okay, so the speed brake's armed, the auto brake's set. Last thing we'll employ after landing is our reverse thrust. Okay? These are the reverse thrust levers. Going to bring them all the way back after landing. Okay, I'll remind you again after we touch down. Okay, flaps down to 30. I'll bring this to 3. It's because the wind is slightly from our rear, okay? It's got a bit of a tailwind. But you are looking good. Still within limits, okay? This is good stuff. Yeah, nice.
1,000.
Okay, tell you what, pop your right hand on the thrust levers, just fly it with one hand, okay? See how that feels. So that's how it's always done. Got your right hand for power.
Okay.
The power's good where it is for now. If we need more, I'll let you know. Just bring your nose up a touch. Okay, bit more thrust. I'm talking, just a millimetre of thrust. Just bring it back a touch. That was a bit too much. That's good. Just come to the left. Be nice and aggressive. There you go. Yep, and now start to turn back to the right.
Approaching minimums.
Hold the wings there. Just keep the nose where it is. Keep it pointing down for now. Keep it pointing down. Okay, level the wings. So you just want to come to the left slightly.
100.
Okay, starting the flare. Very gently pulling back on the nose.
50.
Power off.
30.
Develop the flare. Just gently, just gently. That's it. Hold it there. Hold it there.
10.
Okay, steering with the feet. Just a bit of a right pedal.
Yep.
And bring your reverse thrust on. You can hear the reverse thrust spool up.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're really eating up the whole runway here. But no, we'll easily stop. Okay, turn the reverse thrust off. And with your pedals, let's just turn to the right here, okay, on that yellow line. Just freeing up the runway for the next person. Now when you're taxiing, if you need a bit more power, don't be afraid to use the thrust levers, okay?
Okay.
They're at your disposal. But I wouldn't go more than an inch, okay? Just really small power inputs.
Fine, this one or?
Yeah, let's go straight ahead. And we'll come to a stop here. So power off. And now you have to find the brakes, okay? The brakes are on top of those pedals. At the very, very top. And they move just like a normal brake pedal, forwards and back.
Can't find them.
Can't find them. They are very, very high up. You've got to bring your heels off the floor and slide your feet to the very top part of the pedal. And just push your toes. So keep the pedal straight.
Is that the brakes, is it?
Yeah, you must have found them.
I must have found something.
Must have found them. But yeah, are your shins hitting the panel?
Yeah, they were a
Yeah,
little bit.
might be a little bit too close. Just move your seat back a click. We'll just move the armrest. Oops, sorry. Just move it back a click. We'll try and find the brakes before you go any further. So,
I got the brakes, yeah.
got them?
Yeah.
Alright, excellent. We'll leave the plane here. So just pull your parking brake up and on.
This one.
Yep. And you can bring that speed brake back down. You see how it's popped up after landing?
Okay.
So it worked. Alright, but that's good. Now we'll go to Queenstown. We'll fly some circuits there, see how we go, okay? Now, big difference with Queenstown is we're not going to be lined up nicely 20 k's away. You're only going to have about 2 minutes before lining up and touchdown, okay? So you've really got to line it up well,
Yeah.
alright? But it'll be good fun.
Yep.
Okay, guys, welcome to New Zealand. I'm here in Queenstown, and we'll go through some of the differences. Some obvious, some aren't. Okay, between here and Perth. Number one is runway length. Alright, the runway here is a lot shorter than the one in Perth. Okay, now all that means is we want to try and touch down within the first third of the runway. Okay, if we start landing, in the second third, we're pushing our luck. If we land or touch down in the last third, we're going to go over the edge and we're going to break our legs. Okay. Number two, probably the most obvious, runway length. I mean, it's been a long day. Said that already. Number two, terrain. Okay.
Yep.
So we can see there's a lot more terrain around us, not just the ripple they call the Darling Scarp. All right. Now, if I go to your nav display and hit this terrain button, there's your terrain radar. Okay. So anything yellow is slightly above and slightly below. Red's above and green is below. So the only green at the moment is called Lake Wanaka. That's a big lake just behind these mountains. Okay. You got to remember though, as we do climb and gain some altitude, the red will start to dissipate and you'll get more green on there. Okay. All right. The third one is the way we're going to fly this circuit, because at Perth it was either 2 left turns or 2 right turns or what have you. Here we're going to fly a figure 8. Okay, we're going to take off, make a left-hand turn, because obviously we're not going to turn to the right. Make a left-hand turn, we're going to fly around this hill, just off to our left, doing a 270 around it. Okay, we're going to fly back up through this valley, over the airport. We'll be nice and high at this stage, at around 5,000 feet. We're going to fly off in that direction. Okay, that's just the first half of the 8. The second half, we'll talk about that, or we'll cross that bridge once we get to it. Okay. Alright, same thing, the flaps are at 5 for takeoff, but we're not going to use ATC here. Okay, we're going to focus on what we're doing and just do our own thing. So if we're going to turn your light back down, I'll turn mine down as well. We can release the parking brake. And when you're ready, we can commence that takeoff. So remember, first up to 40% with the power, then up to 100. That's good. Just keep going to 100. That's fine. Yep. That's good. Power set. Just eyes, just like before, focus towards the end of the runway. Alright, grip your yoke. We're now committed. And we can now rotate the nose up. Very nice, mate. Okay, positive rate. Let's bring the landing gear up. We're going to just bring that thrust back to 80%. And we're going to start a long turn to the left, just rolling at 15 degrees of bank. Okay. The reason why we're only rolling at 15 and not 25 like we did in Perth is because we're still climbing. Okay. And don't worry about that mountain. Okay. It looks really close, but we'll out-climb it. We'll probably even turn inside of it.
Going up to 5,000 feet, yeah.
Up to 5,000. And bring those wings over to 15, so we can bring a little bit more bank on, because that's 10. There's 15, that's good. Just we don't want to, I know we won't hit this mountain, but we don't want to get too close to it, that's all, you know. So this is that big lake we're talking about, Lake Wanaka.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep on turning. We've still got about 120 degrees to go or so still a while. Just watch your bank angle, because look at your triangle. See how it went red? Did you see that for a second?
The red.
Yeah, the triangle. Did you see how it went red? You didn't? Well, let's do it again. Let's demonstrate it. Roll past 30 degrees. See how it's turned red now?
Oh, yes.
And you got the warning. So that's our little safety measure, okay? So we don't overbank the aircraft. That's okay. Okay, bring your power back to 60. And we're going to fly over this little bean-shaped lake. And we're at 4,700, so that's good. That's close enough for my liking. Right, excellent. Now, these mountains out there in front of us, they're pretty intimidating and they're right in our way, okay? What we're going to do is get nice and close to them, then turn to the right. Just going to hug the side of the mountain, and come back around onto the runway, okay? Right, what we'll do, just roll to the left slightly here, Sean. Just want to try and stick to the left side of this big bowl, just to give us some more room in which to turn, okay? Just giving ourselves some more spacing. So there's a lot more to look at here than there was in Perth.
Sure.
That looks good, mate. Alright, we'll start that right-hand turn now. So keep turning, trying to hug the side of the mountain. Turn as tight as you think is required, but just don't go past 30, okay? That'll probably do it. That looks good, mate. Okay, let's lower the landing gear. Alright, just keep this bank angle, okay? Just keep on coming around. We're going to fly over another lake. We can't see it yet, but it's just behind our right wing. Alright, speed's good. We're going to bring flaps down to 15 degrees now. Okay, there's our lake. We want to fly... We want to follow that lake from left to right. Okay? You can also lower the nose. We'll just start descending nice and slow, okay? Down to 3,000 feet. Just keeping an eye out for that. But we're in no rush to get to 3,000, so don't go, you know, bunching over like Maverick. What we have now is good. Just keep that going. And that's perfect. Okay, see that huge valley that's just to the right there?
Yes.
Okay, let's just fly towards that valley. That's good. Let's bring flaps down to 30 degrees. Turn that off. Keep the nose down. We're keeping this thing past 3,000 feet now, alright? Just going down to ground level. So lower the nose. Lower the nose. Push forward, push forward. Push forward, mate. Push forward, push forward, forward.
Go right down, eh?
Yeah, right down. That's good. Now we're going to make a right-hand turn behind this little hill, before the big mountain, over the river. Okay, we want to follow this river down. That's good. That'll do it. Yeah, that looks nice. Look at that. We're coming out nicely. Just keep that nose where it is. And can you see the runway?
Yes, I can.
Magic. Alright.
Runway right there.
That's the runway. So keep those wings over. Keep turning to the right. Now rolling out. That's good. See those red and white lights? Just at the left of the runway? There's 4 of them, okay? Yep. Just remember them.
500.
I'll tell you what they mean next time, okay? For now, just keep the nose where it is. That's good. Come to the left slightly. And we're doing a touch and go, okay? Alright, feet on the pedals. Starting that flare.
100.
Wrong to the right gently. Roll to the right gently.
30.
That's it. Power off.
20.
Now level out again.
10.
Alright, press that left pedal down straight away to flick your nose around. And full power, full power. Okay, just let it beat. Just let him beat, let him beat. Just bring the yoke back to the middle. Okay, and big pull back. There you go. Alright. See, that's why you don't do touch and goes at Queenstown in reality, okay? No, we might have clipped some trees, but we would have survived that. Alright, let's just bring that power back to 80% and the gear up. Alright. The reason for that was we touched down about halfway down the runway. See, we still made it, but we were really pushing our luck there, okay? Alright, let's turn to the left like before. Doing that big 270 around, okay? Climbing up to 5,000 and being cautious not to overbank the aircraft, which is 30 degrees. That's our maximum. Alright. That was cool. Now those red and white lights, okay, we'll use them this time around. We can use those lights to gauge whether we're too high or too low, or on height. Okay. These those lights, they can either be red or white. If they're all white, it means you're too high, alright? Okay. And if they're all red, it means you're too low.
Gotcha. Yep.
Best way to remember that is, think of heaven as, you know, it's up above us, so you're too high,
Yep.
and red is hell, which is below us, so you're too low, right?
Yep.
I know it's bad, but that's how I sort of remembered it when I first learnt it.
Yep.
So what we want to have is just some red and some white, okay? As long as it's not just one colour.
Yep. Yeah, right. Still banking over?
Yep, still banking over. Alright, power back to 60%. You see, you bring that power back, and the nose sinks down,
Yeah, for sure.
and she almost levels out on her own, so it makes your life pretty easy.
Yeah, it does.
Alright, so keep that bank going, because that mountain looks pretty scary. Alright. So that first approach we flew over that lake,
Yep.
that's what the airlines use as their approach profile, okay?
Okay.
This time round we'll make it a bit longer. So I'll show you where to go afterwards, but you're going to have more time to line yourself up, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
We just did the short one that time just to test you. Unless, do you want to do the short one again, or do you want to do the long one this time?
I'm
Up
cool
to you.
either way. I'm just worried.
Alright, we'll do the long one. Might as well. Okay, but we are going to come to a stop after this landing.
Yep.
So we're not mucking around. Let's bring the auto brake right over to maximum.
It's on the next
Right.
one there, isn't it?
Yep. And we're going to arm that speed brake again. So remember, up and out, and then just pulling it back slightly.
So there, isn't it?
Yeah, and it rests against the ridge. And you can feel it stop at that ridge. That's good. That's fine. We're at around 3,500 feet. It's a little low, but there's no point in climbing back up now. Okay, so we'll just stay at, let's just call it 3,000 feet, somewhere around 3,000. Okay, same thing as last time. We're going to be turning to the right, so we'll start thinking about that soon. That's good. You can start turning now if you like. That's probably all you need. Just a nice, gentle turn, okay? Just try and get nice and close to the mountains. Just remember, we'll fly the long approach this time, so we don't have to be as aggressive. Yep, we're going to go over this plateau as well, okay? So we're going to be pretty close to the ground. As long as you maintain above 3,000 feet, we'll be okay. You can always just straighten up here. Because another way to come into Queenstown is you come in from over those mountains way over there. Just come all the way down that gorge or that river, and you take it all the way down to the runway. That's what we'll do this time, okay? Okay, let's start rolling to the right. Excuse me. 25 degrees of bank, so you want it nice and tight. That's it. That's 25, that's all you need. You haven't overbanked, so just come back to the left slightly, that's it.
The red arrow,
Yep, that's it, that's good. That's much nicer. Alright, let's lower the landing gear. One more setting, all the way to the bottom. And you want to be following that river, okay? That's good, that's all you need. Just keep the wings there. So that's 30 degrees of bank. I mean, that terrain looks pretty deceptive, but we're clear of it. Alright, can you see the runway?
Yes.
Yep. Alright, awesome. Alright, let's get flaps down to 15. So we're working hard. And once we can see those red and white lights, well, see that gust?
Yes.
That gust really blew us over. Alright, I'll start to roll out now. The aircraft takes a while to respond to anything you do. And I'll start to turn to the left gently to intercept that runway center line. Alright, flaps to 30. Can you see those lights?
Yes.
They're all white, yeah?
Yep.
So let's just lower the nose. We're going to lose a bit of height. So I'd lower it even more, bring the nose down. There we go. And once you see a red light appear, if we do, you want to think about bringing that nose up slightly, okay? Now just, yep, that's good. No, I agree with that. I mean, they're still all wide, but we are just above it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we went down a little bit further, it would probably turn red, but I wouldn't be nosediving now. That's okay. Okay, right hand on the thrust levers, feet on the pedals, just nice and smooth. As it's flying down. Bit of power, just a very small amount of power. That's it. Rolling to the right gently, very gently, so don't clip a wing.
100.
Nice flare, mate. Just keep on developing that flare. Get as close to the ground as possible.
30.
Power off.
20.
Look
10.
at this. Very nice, mate. Steering with those pedals. Just small inputs, just very gentle on the pedals.
Much to you.
Bring that reverse thrust on. Reverse thrust. Okay, turn the reverse thrust off. That's good. Now we want to turn the auto brake off. So just flick your toe brakes. Just give them a tap. And it's like cruise control. It overrides the auto brake.
Oh,
okay. So we'll turn that off. Give you a bit of power. We're going to vacate the runway to the left on the only taxiway at this airport. That's it. So when you're taxiing, feet on the pedals, and also your toes up by the brakes, okay? Because it's a dance. Keep your right hand on the thrust levers, that's where your power is. So you're controlling speed with that power and brake, okay?
Brakes definitely.
And steering with the pedals. Now, where that taxiway line forks off, we're going to follow it to the left, and then we'll take the first right turn. So we're going to end up facing that first yellow building, okay? With the white car at the front. Alright, just pull your power off. That's it.
We want to go on that. Black.
Yep, so we're going to get on this yellow line off to our right, okay? So we'll put a bit of power on. Just a little bit, that's all you need. Press that right pedal down as far as it goes. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. Okay, now straighten up. That's good. Now just press your brakes down. Excellent. Alright, pull the parking brake on. Relax. Okay, the aircraft won't go anywhere. Now this would have been done, we'll do an engine shutdown, okay? You're the last flight today, so you get a bonus. Now, this would have been done during the taxi, okay? But of course, we're a bit busy to do all that for what we're doing.
Yep.
So, firstly, we're going to start a little engine in the tail called the auxiliary power unit, okay? It's about the size of an engine on a private jet, and it's going to give us power and aircon whilst those big two are off, alright? To turn it on, very simple, just flick this switch all the way down. That's it, and it's a fully automatic starting sequence. So now it's turning on, that light indicates the starting sequence has begun, and that's the temperature, and you see how it's increasing?
Yes.
Okay? The blue lights come on, so it's now available for power.
Oh,
Alright? To transfer the power, just flick these two inside switches down. It's good. And you see those generators came offline, and the APU's online. That's just our transfer bus for the electrical system. Okay? We're going to turn the fuel pumps off. We're going to turn 1, 2 and 3 up and off. That one's going to stay on. Okay? Now quiz, or pop quiz, why does that one stay on?
To supply that.
Yeah, bingo, yeah, very good. So we're going to leave that one on. Now we'll turn the engines off. Okay, so to turn it off, we just starve them of fuel.
Okay.
And the main fuel controls, because they just pressurize the fuel lines, okay? The actual fuel delivery is with these ones, the fuel control levers. We're going to bring them out to the bottom and just bring them to cut off. You can do that now. Yep. That's good. And you see up here, our temperatures have gone away. The big fan RPM is decreasing. And the internal fan, or the N2, is also decreasing. When that dips below 15%, these will disappear because the engines can't reignite anymore. Okay, so now it's safe to turn the seatbelt sign off, and that little switch is over here. We can turn that one off, and I'll turn the beacon light on our roof off, and now everyone starts to come to the aircraft. Everyone gets up out of their seats and whatnot.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And Captain Sean, thanks, mate.
No worries, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
That's great.
You did well, mate. You did well.
That's great, mate. We'll get your brother down here too.
Too easy.
Yeah.